Welcome back, Creepaholics Crew. I'm your host, Chanice, and this is part 4 of the Scott Peterson trial. In these phone recordings, Amber starts demanding Scott to answer, and he is still dodging her questions. She wants to know why. Why is Laci still missing? The Modesto police are looking into Scott more this time. After Sharon spoke to police, they questioned Scott again. He claims the day Laci disappeared, she told Scott she was gone. She was going to go for a walk with the dog, then go to the store to get stuff to make gingerbread cookies. Then she was going to make a chicken French toast cordon bleu. He claims that he saw her in the morning before he went to Berkeley to go fishing. That night, before Scott and Laci ate pizza, watched a movie, then went to bed, Amber asks if Scott slept with Laci. He refuses to answer. This poor woman is frustrated. Scott's just avoiding the questions, but blaming it on the investigation. So here's the phone recording of 196U, January 8th, 2003, 11:32 p.m. Welcome back, Creepaholics Crew. I'm your host, Chanice, and this is part 4 of the Scott Peterson trial. In these phone recordings, Amber starts demanding Scott to answer, and he is still dodging her questions. She wants to know why. Why is Laci still missing? The Modesto police are looking into Scott more this time.
Speaking in public.
Well, I didn't give any interviews this morning. I let them take more video of me today.
Where?
But I will not be able to go on and talk about the investigation to them.
Right, that's understandable.
So I'm sorry, that is blocked to me. So the ways that I can prove it to you are by supplying you with a receipt, letting you talk to, and letters.
And you have not yet sent the letter out? Or is it going to be that, oh, well, I sent it, well, it's not in the mail, something has to happen. Is that going to be
I dropped it at the post office, so it will be postmarked today.
Okay. And, well, I'm assuming at this point you received my message.
Your mail?
What?
Your mail or your message?
My message. Did you receive my mail?
No, I'm at the post office, or the mailbox, etc. now, and I'm going to go in and see if it's there. What was it?
Just a card. Thinking that you were far away.
No.
So you did or you did not get my message?
I did.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think of that?
That's fine.
That's fine?
I have nothing to hide, Amber.
Okay. At this point, you must be worried about your parents and your family and her family.
Oh, of course. No, there's no question. But, I mean, if that's what you have to do, I'm not going to ask you to stop, or anything. If that's what you feel you have to do, then that's right. Yeah, I have nothing to hide in this, so.
So what about your parents?
I'm sure that, they'll be, hurt. And obviously it'll have, repercussions amongst our family.
I thought there already were repercussions in your family prior to this event.
Oh, definitely.
There was?
There is.
There is. And what repercussions are those?
You don't want me to give the same answer I gave yesterday, do you?
Oh, I thought you were going to work on that one.
Well, I can't. I can't talk about it.
So, are you going to talk to your family about me? At this point, it's inevitable. It's going to, but I mean, what's your thought or output on that?
Well, I mean, obviously, I want them to know you.
Why?
What's that? Why? Because like we talked about, I have that hope that we can have some kind of relationship.
And amongst everything else that is happening,
I mean, yeah, this is obviously, I'm obviously, I'm physically sick on a daily basis, and all my energy is working towards finding Laci. But yes, I have that hope. I mean, I care about you a great deal. You know that.
I just have a hard time with knowing that when you have been so deceitful.
I know that. I know.
And none of this makes sense to me, Scott.
Yeah, I know it doesn't. I don't know what to say. I want to tell you, everything so it makes sense to you. But I can't now. And I have that hope, and you don't deserve being involved in this. And that's the reality.
What reality? I'm grasping for reality right now.
All the things I just said is the reality.
Is that the reality, or is that delusional?
No, that is reality.
Pathological lies.
No, it's not. That is reality. That is the truth.
That is the truth. You know, Scott, when people find out, and they will, no one will think your behavior is innocent. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I know that. But I had nothing to do with this. So, once we find her, everyone will know that I was not involved in this. And I just, I hope that you are not involved to any degree. And
how? Back up.
Yeah.
Back up to that statement.
Yeah. I was trying to explain it to you. But, what I mean by that is obviously you're not involved in. But, I don't want you to have any repercussions from people you know.
What repercussions? My hands are clean of this, Scott.
Oh, I know, and I'm the one that lied to you.
Exactly.
And put you in this position.
Exactly. So where do you think that people are going to think this they're not going to think your behavior is innocent?
No, of course not. No, they won't. You're right. Of course they won't. And I recognize that this situation will be, obviously detrimental to me. It's more detrimental to Laci, and that's the key.
No, it's not detrimental to Laci. How do you figure to put that?
Well, she is the one that's missing.
Yeah, she's the one that's missing.
Yeah.
I'm the girlfriend. You have a perfect marriage. You got quiet.
Well, we can't talk about this. You don't know all the facts.
You keep saying that. I don't know all the facts, Scott.
And I want to tell you.
And all I know, Scott, is that you told me that this will be the first holidays without my wife. But then you tell me yesterday that you lied to me because you weren't going to be able to be with me during the holidays because you're going to have to be with her. How does that make sense, Scott? Explain that one to me.
I can't explain that to you now.
I think you better start trying.
I wish I could, Amber.
Are you following me? Are you following your lies versus... I remember because that was truth to me.
There are no lies between us now. I lied to you about where I was going to spend the holidays and with who.
Again, December 9th, you have lost your wife, and this will be the first holidays without her. Yet...
And I lied to you about that.
Yes, but then...
So I was going to be with her these holidays.
Yes. That was definitely a lie. Yes.
Yes, I did.
But isn't it so ironic that she's so missing before the first holidays? Are you following me, Scott?
That sounds pretty sinister, you're right.
Pretty sinister?
But it is not the case.
What's the case, Scott?
The case is that she's missing, and we don't know who has her or what happened to her, and we're looking for her. The case is I lied to you about where I'd be spending the holidays because I couldn't spend them with you.
And
the fact is you don't know all the facts, and I can't share everything with you, and
who have you shared this with? Who have you shared all the facts to? Or with?
Her family. Police.
Her family and the police?
Yeah.
And what? The police? Alright. Well, at this point, from what I gather and what I've covered from, or what I could, is the only truth is that you were really the only last person to see her alive, Scott.
Yeah, we think I was at this point.
You think?
We have lots of reports of people. Well, there's lots of reports of people who saw her. At least I think they saw her in the park and walking in the street. I mean, I have another one that was faxed to me today that I've just handed over to the police and to our private investigator.
Okay, so
and,
that...
hopefully he'll be able to place her.
Well, at this point, that just leads me to believe that you do know where she is.
I do not know where she is. I wish I did.
So that the last evening or day that you saw her, what happened in those events that day or that morning or that night?
Well, we were going to meet at 4 o'clock, go over to her parents' house for dinner. I went fishing.
But what did she tell you she was doing that day? Because when I talk to you about my days, I usually tell you my days and what I'm going to do.
Right.
And you're not even, because you're not with me or you're not around, but that's just something you do when you're in a relationship with someone, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So what was it she told you she had planned to do?
She was going to walk the dog.
Oh,
she was
and you told me you didn't have a dog, too.
Right.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. You asked me if I had pets. I said I did not.
What was that?
You asked if I had pets. I said no, I do not.
Well, you were saying how you wanted to get another dog, but it wouldn't be fair because you're never home because you're always on the road traveling. But when you know, that whole point of this trip was that, things would change and then you possibly would get a dog then because you'd be around more, right?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, so that still remains true.
Okay, so she would walk the
and then
dog.
she was going to go to the store to make gingerbread cookies for that night.
Okay.
And also to get stuff for Christmas Day breakfast. She's going to make some kind of French toast, cordon bleu French toast or something like that. And then we're going to meet at 4 and go to...
So that night, the last time you saw her was in the day, that morning?
That morning, yes.
Okay, so that night, what was it you guys did that evening together?
Previous evening, went and got our haircut. I got a haircut. Had a pizza and watched the movie The Rookie.
And so you guys then went to bed together? Woke up in the morning together?
No.
No? Okay, then you explain then what it was. You did.
So we got up in the morning.
No,
and
back after the movie.
After the movie, we went to sleep.
Just went straight to sleep?
Yep.
Isn't that what I just said? I said, okay, after the movie, you went to bed together, you woke up together, and you said no.
Yes, but you don't know all the facts of what you asked. So we went to sleep. And woke up and...
Together?
Amber, please don't... I can't.
What?
I can't tell you these things.
Why? Did she go to sleep with somebody else? You certainly couldn't have because you were faithful to me, right?
Amber, I've told the police and her
Don't
family...
go back to that. This isn't about anything else but our discussion right now.
I know, but those details are the ones we can't talk about.
You watched the movie together, correct?
Yes.
Was there anybody else there?
No. We got a pizza at Mountain Mike's Pizza and took that home.
Okay.
After the football game, watched the movie.
Okay. So you watched the movie together and there's nobody else there but you and her, correct?
Right.
And then you went to sleep together, or went to bed together, right?
We went to sleep.
You're avoiding that question. Oh, well, of course not, because she's pregnant. So all three of you went to bed together, right?
Amber, we went to sleep.
Where? Where did you sleep?
In bed.
What bed?
Amber, please.
What bed? I need to hear this. Because as far as I was concerned, you were tucked away. Oh, where were you, in Maine with your folks? And
yes, I lied to you about that.
To bed by yourself at that point because you were
You're right, I lied about that, Amber.
You know, faithful and everything else. Okay, again.
I lied about traveling.
So you went in separate beds together, or to sleep. You went in separate beds to go to sleep then, right? Right?
I can't say yes or no to that.
Why?
Because those are details that we can't talk about now.
Because it'd be too painful for me to hear that you went to bed to sleep
No.
with your wife?
No, because you thought you'd hear the opposite. Okay, but we can't talk about these details.
Give me a break, Scott.
Amber, I can't. I can't tell you everything right now.
Okay, so you woke up together then, right? Then
Can we just leave it at we woke up?
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, you woke up, she woke up together. Go on.
And then we
So you woke up at the
had
same
some breakfast.
time, or did you wake up before she woke up?
After.
You woke up after she woke up?
Yeah.
Aren't you early to rise every morning? Because you can't stay in bed? Because you have
No, I got up at like 8:30.
You got up at 8:30. What time did she wake?
I don't know, sometime before that.
You don't know what time before that? What was she doing at that point?
She was having breakfast when I woke up.
And what did she eat for breakfast?
Some cereal.
Some cereal.
I think they were the cinnamon puffins from Trader Joe's.
There's a Trader Joe's in Modesto?
Mm-hmm. I had the same thing after she did.
How was she
and then,
feeling when she woke up?
What's that?
How was she feeling when she woke up?
She's feeling fine.
She was feeling fine? She wasn't having any contractions or anything getting close to the... You know, she's getting close to having a baby. Usually a lot of times you wake up in the morning, you know, didn't it?
The only thing she said she had to do was eat immediately, otherwise she would feel sick. So, she was eating.
Okay, so she ate her pop. But she did wake up, right?
Of course.
Of course.
Then she was mopping the floor, and Martha Stewart was on after the Today Show. And I went through a couple minutes of that, and then I left.
Mm-hmm. And so she was still home.
Yeah.
So she was doing all this when you're getting ready to go fishing?
Right. I went to the warehouse and checked my emails, put together a woodworking tool, and then hooked up the boat and went out to the marina.
So you're telling me that she at this point, she was still feeling great in the morning after, I mean, you told me that she was aware of me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so she was still doing great in the morning with that? She wasn't emotionally distraught about
No.
you not being with her and faithful to her and having someone else? Because that's just really hard for me to believe.
I know it is.
And the reason, which I think you know, I was trying to think, okay, I think I told him the story about a boyfriend I had been with that had went through the drive-thru at Vegas and married this girl, and that night they got pregnant, but then at that point, it was just not a good, it wasn't a good choice for him or something he did. So anyway, did I tell you about that story and about how
No.
I was with him and she was pregnant and had to deal with that, and I was just like complete, I told him, I said, are you sure you want to be with me? I mean, you have a pregnant woman here with your child, and absolutely, that's behind me. That was behind me before I met you. All this stuff, that was hell for me. And I said, when your baby's born, you make a decision if you're going to stay with me or be with her and your child. And at that point, that day came when she had their son. I asked him, I said, now, you remember what I told you, 7 months ago? And he says, yes. And I said, well, what is your decision? He says, well, I want nothing more than to be with you. And on her side, she was a complete crazy woman.
Yeah.
I had nothing. She wanted to fight me. She had nothing good to say about me. Every time she spoke to him, are you still with that bitch? Everything else. So you're telling me Laci was okay with me?
Yeah.
And you're married and you live together and all this? That's really hard for me to believe.
Well, you know what? If you know all the facts, it makes sense to you.
Really?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to. I can't even look past where I'm at now because I don't even know what's behind me. But
I know you've been hurt so much by this crap.
You know, and going through that with Josh and Michelle and everything with that, that's how I was able to get through with not having Anthony with me. Because I already been in that situation. I've already been Michelle.
Yeah.
I decided, you know what, I'm not going to be that crazy person. And put everything in. With him, if he wants to have a relationship with someone else, great, do it. I'm not affecting myself or my child.
You're strong that way. It's wonderful.
So I'm still, again, having a very hard time thinking, in Laci's shoes, my husband has a girlfriend and I'm pregnant with this child. So when did she first learn of me?
What's that?
When did she first learn about me?
After our first date.
After our first date? So why did you carry the charade of lying to me if she already knew? And you had the opportunity to come clean with me, especially knowing how I feel about truth.
Yeah.
And being able to deal with the truth and move forward from that. Why?
Yeah. I don't know.
Was there, what reason, what purpose would that serve? If Laci already knows about me, and already a situation had come up for you to have that opportunity to be honest with me, why did you keep up deception?
Just went, hurt other people and...
Who are you going to hurt?
Break agreements. Well, her family and...
Truth is so much easier to handle than a lie, Scott.
I know, and I'm so weak in that regard. I was so weak in that regard. This has made me so much stronger in that respect.
Really, but look at where you're at now, Scott, with this in your life.
I know.
Is it that lying is so fun for you?
No, lying is terrible.
It seems to come to you so easily.
It doesn't, and it's a terrible thing, and I've done it, and I know that it's wrong. And I know I'm stronger now.
Well, you could just add that to your collection of hobbies now, can't you? Pathological liar.
No.
No?
I will never...
You can add that to your resume with all your degrees.
I will never lie again. I know you can't believe that.
No, I can't.
But hopefully...
Why?
No, there's no reason you should.
No, there's
no reason you should.
And again,
but hopefully...
Because of your lies, you're in the mess you're in now. And are going to be... It serves no purpose. Nothing good comes out of a lie, Scott.
I've learned that.
That's a pretty damn hard lesson to learn.
Yes, it is.
So why are you jerking me around with all this?
You do not deserve to be in the middle of this.
No, I don't. I'll agree with you there. No, I don't.
You know that. And I'm so sorry that you are. But I will never lie again.
You shouldn't say things you don't mean, Scott.
I mean that.
You can't hold true, too.
The only way that you'll ever know if that's true is through time. And I hope that I get a chance to show you that.
That's one thing on this earth people life has is time.
Yeah.
So are you living for today? Remembering...
What's that?
So are you living for today, remembering yesterday, and planning for tomorrow, Scott?
I'm remembering from yesterday and living for tomorrow.
And where's today?
Today is the effort to find Laci.
The what?
The effort to find Laci.
Really?
And I know now that tomorrow will include the effort to find other people that disappear.
Tomorrow will what?
Tomorrow will include being a part of efforts to find other people who disappear.
I don't understand what you're saying. I'm not following you.
My future will include volunteering in efforts to find other people who disappear.
Oh.
With this experience now.
So you're going to do a good deed. You're going to be a good Samaritan.
I don't think I will ever pass up the opportunity to volunteer after going through this.
That would pass as being a good Samaritan, doing a good deed. Is that what you want people to portray you as?
I would hope that people would think of me as that, yes.
Really? What else would you like people to think of you as?
I would always hope the honest thing, but I haven't shown that to you.
No.
I would hope the kind thing. I think people see that.
Kind. I won't take that from you, Scott.
And I would just hope that I would add to people's lives instead of detracting and hurting from them. And I think everyone would say that except for what I've done to you.
Again, had there been truth, I wouldn't be in this situation, Scott.
Yeah. Don't know why.
You don't know why. What?
Why did I lie to you?
But you didn't lie to Laci. How is it she deserved and gained the respect of your truth?
You deserve the truth.
I deserve it, but how come you were so truthful with her? Or what is it that's a lie too?
No.
No?
Not a lie. And you are no less deserving than her or anyone. You're most deserving of the truth.
Most deserving of the truth, but you, again, are telling me you were truthful with her about me?
Yeah. And I lied to you.
So, that makes no sense to me, Scott. When you sound like, okay, well, I put that behind me. I've lost my wife. That you could be honest with someone that you have no regard in having a relationship with anymore, and the person you expressed to wanting a relationship with, you lied to? How does that make sense, Scott? Is it that you're leading just this whole double life?
Doesn't make sense, does it?
Is that all you have to do?
That's why I just do not know why I lied to you. The obvious reason is just I lied to you so that I could, be with you.
You didn't have to lie.
But there's something. I know that.
Oh, you know that?
I don't know why I thought I did. I don't know why I thought I did.
Because you had to lie to your wife about me.
No, I didn't lie to her.
That doesn't make any sense either, Scott.
I know. I didn't have to lie to you to be with you. I know that. I don't know why I did.
I don't know why.
I guess I just thought it would be.
You lied to Sean about wanting to be or meet someone. Is there any... I have a hard time finding truth in anything that has been said.
I know that. I know that. I need to gain your trust. It's only through time, hon. It's only through time that I'll be able to do that, Amber. I hope I have the opportunity. It's all to you.
I'm not the one that created this whole situation, Scott.
I know. I I know that. You didn't create any of this situation. You don't deserve to be in it. I should not have lied to you, and there's no reason to.
You know, I'm almost, at my sister's house right now.
Yeah. Have you two reconciled? Have you spoken since you fought?
No. But I couldn't get a hold of Iona's grandma, and there's only two people I know that live in the death cell.
Yeah.
Pretty quiet.
I don't know what to say. I lied to you, and you shouldn't be involved in this. It's a terrible situation. You don't deserve it.
At this point, you sound like a broken record, Scott.
Well, I don't know what else to say.
From your heart, because to me, I'm sorry.
I am.
You sound like you are.
I am, Amber. I am. I hope you can tell that.
No, I can't.
It's sad.
What's sad?
Sad that I destroyed it. But, I mean, those are the facts and the truth, and I don't know what to say beyond that.
You don't what?
I don't know what to say beyond that.
You don't know what to say?
And I just hope that we can move on.
So what's your plan now, Scott?
What's that?
What's your plan now, Scott?
My only plan right now is to find Laci. And then at this conclusion,
And
I can tell you what you don't know, you need to know.
when?
And, you know,
When?
that's where it will be.
When?
At the conclusion of finding Laci.
At the conclusion, when finding Laci. So, what are you going to do to control the situation after I speak with the police?
I'm going to keep doing the same thing. I'm going to keep trying to find Laci.
So you haven't thought about that?
What's that?
You haven't thought about me and the situation and me going to the police, and you haven't thought about that? You haven't thought about
Amber, I lied to you, and, yeah, like I said, you told me broken records. I won't say it again. But I also have nothing to hide in her disappearance. And if you want to go to the police, fine.
I don't feel
You need to do what's right for you. And I'm not afraid of it.
okay.
Because I know that I'm doing now what's right. By telling you, which I should have done much earlier, and doing the right things.
So how much time do you think, I want to say we or you, I'm not sure which one to put in the place, but when it's all explodes, then what?
I'm sorry, Amber, say that again?
I said, how much time do you think before all of this explodes?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
You don't know what?
Well, you asked me when it explodes. I assume...
How does it explode? When all of this explodes?
Yeah, that's what I said, when it explodes.
Unravels and everything else, then what, Scott? What's your plan there? What's your mindset or thought there?
My only mindset, Amber, is to work and do what I can to find Laci. And then when that's done, that is the conclusion of this, fiasco situation.
Again, there's your broken record.
Well, that's the truth. And yes, because if you ask me when it will explode, and I assume you mean, the fact that we're seeing each other, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know.
The fact that the whole time you were in Maine, Europe, Paris, Brussels, Spain, when all this is going on, how's that going to make sense to anybody?
It's not going to make sense to the people. Yeah, it will don't make sense to anyone except the people that know the truth.
You know, it's not just about all the people involved to make sense, right? That's how you're narrowing it down too, correct? That's all.
Those are the people that...
Is that what you just said?
Primarily, I mean, yeah, the rest of it. Well, yeah.
Really? I completely disagree with you on that.
Okay, I'm not sure then. What do you mean?
You say all that it matters is the people primarily involved in this, the family, you, me, and Laci, right?
Right.
Right? Is that correct?
Yes. Okay, those are the people primarily involved in this.
I disagree with that.
Aren't they the most important?
No.
Who's the most important?
Laci, yes. But you know what? There are more people in this than that, Scott. There's a whole entire nation in this.
I know it. It's wonderful that they're, helping look for her.
So you don't think that they have a right to know about this?
It's not a part of it.
The part
the only
what?
thing...
What? The only part that I'm seeking to find is the truth. In which case, I haven't faced yet.
Well, the truth is that Laci disappeared on,
Yeah, that's true. That's one
we haven't
part of it,
seen
yes.
her.
But everything else?
I lied to you about,
You didn't only lie
where
to
I
me.
was.
You lied to a nation, Scott.
No, I haven't.
Oh, yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
I beg to differ.
How have I lied to the nation?
One, you have not spoken public.
True.
Husband of a missing pregnant woman.
Right. I've been told
You
some
don't
wrong things,
stand.
too.
I'm sure you have. And you've already told me you really don't care what they say or it doesn't affect you in any way.
Well, no, of course it affects me, but it's not as important as finding Laci. And she is the missing person here.
So how was dinner with the folks, Scott, last night?
It's sad.
So why did you participate, or is that something you do every night? You have dinner with her family?
No, that was one of the few chances we've had.
What was that?
It's one of the few chances that we've had.
We have plenty of chances to stand up with them and comfort them and support them and show the nation your concern.
Yeah, but that's not the important thing. They shouldn't even have been up there. The important thing is Laci's missing.
What? Yes,
No.
because they're pleading to the nation, please bring my daughter and my grandson.
Yeah, but look on the media. Look at the questions they ask about. They don't ask the important questions of what was she wearing? What did she look like?
Certainly.
What is the number to call?
Yes,
They ask, how are you feeling?
They did all of the above. They said she was wearing a black shirt, or this, that, and the other. She has a tattoo of these. They've listed all those things, Scott. You can't tell me that. I read that for myself.
Okay, now we watch, Fox News, and they give, 20 minutes to it, right? 15 of those minutes is asking the family, Sharon Laci's mom, how do you feel? Brent Laci's mom, how do you feel? What has it done to you? When they should spend 20 minutes on the disappearance, showing, those things you just talked about, and trying to develop some leads. So the family should only appear in order to help that. Should only appear and say, you know what?
But you haven't
She's gone from here. What's that?
You haven't even appeared.
They have not shown my appearances because when they do, I hold up the flyer and say, this is what's important. They want some kind of drama beyond
You're
that.
going to want to direct them away because, in the back of your mind, Amber. Right?
What do I know in the back of my mind?
Yes.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said,
I didn't hear
in the back of your mind, you're thinking, there's Amber. Of course I can't show my face in front of the camera left and right because in the back of my mind, Amber's out there somewhere. There's Amber. You know, somebody I've been telling I'm in Europe. Of course that's in the back of the mind. Of course, if I were in your shoes, I wouldn't want my face to be shown either. Because there's Amber. Right?
The reasons I just told you about are the reasons I've not appeared on camera a lot. Obviously, I've been on camera a bunch. The reasons they haven't, when they ask me, how are you doing? I tell her, how's Laci doing?
Mm-hmm.
And I show the flyer.
So,
and I've shown that a few times, but not nearly enough.
So did you love Laci and your baby?
I love Laci. I love Laci, no question. Yeah, she's
Go ahead.
She doesn't deserve to be missing.
So you loved her, but there's me. How does that make sense? How can I make sense of that, Scott?
Amber, I can't tell you all the details.
Uh-huh.
I know that doesn't sound right to you.
No, it doesn't.
And I don't like having to say that, but I just can't now.
In some respect, it sounds good that to hear that you at least loved your pregnant wife. I mean, as crazy as that sounds.
Sorry about this, Amber. How was that, Anna? Amber?
I'm here.
Okay. And with you being upset, how is she?
She's not well.
Amber?
I said she's not well.
No?
No.
She still has a cold, or,
Yes.
I'm sure she's tense.
Yes, she does.
You're upset.
Yes, she does. And unfortunately, she is affected by this, too.
Yeah. Is she showing it in behavior or anything, or
I would say so, yes.
how's she been?
I just told you she's not well.
I know, but like in her behavior, or...
She's affected by this, Scott. I'm affected by this.
Of course. I'm sorry, it's not my place to ask.
Still trying to... it's just very unbelievable, all of this to me, Scott.
I know it.
You tell me you don't want to have a child, or you don't need to have a child of your own to be fulfilled. You want to have a vasectomy. Do you already have a vasectomy? Is that something you already did?
No.
And claiming Ayana to be your only... that just makes no sense to me either, Scott.
I know nothing makes sense to you now, Amber. I know it doesn't, and I know it can.
You what?
I know it will make sense to you. I just, we need to resolve the situation. The police said they're going to have a major
When did they indicate that?
At a debriefing after a press conference yesterday.
Really?
The chief said that he was going to have a major announcement in 2024.
What do you think the major announcement is in regards to?
I think it's to this brown van that was seen across the street that morning.
You don't know anything about the green or the brown van?
I have our private investigator working on it, and some neighbors reported it. But I didn't see it.
So an announcement's going to be made, what, live on the news?
They're having a press conference Friday, and I think that they'll have something to say about it then. I hope it leads to finding her.
The brown van.
Yeah. The neighbors report seeing a tan van with these three.
A tan van with three
guys.
And what about it?
Well, I mean, it was at the same time and everything that they think she may have disappeared.
They weren't the robbers that had turned themselves in?
No, they said the robbers were there on the 26th. I hope that leads to a good resolution, finding her and the child.
That was it. You think that's a breaking news in the development of this case? Is the brown?
I think so. Yeah, because they didn't say much about it, and then one of the sergeants let it slip to me that they had some information about it. And then additionally, I heard from Kim Peterson, who's the head of the Missing Persons Foundation, that she let it slip, that she talked to the chief about it, and he mentioned something else.
So how do you feel about that?
I hope it leads to finding her.
Where are you at now?
Outside mailboxes, etc.
Doing what?
What's that?
Doing what?
I can check that P.O. box to see if there's mail
Check
there.
it right now.
Okay, I'll call you.
No, take me with you.
Okay, hold on.
Am I still on the phone?
I'm walking in. It'll take a minute.
What was that?
Yeah. Okay, I'm walking in. It'll take just a minute, so hang on.
Yeah.
The investigation into Laci's disappearance. So, just by hearing the phone recordings, she's trying to tell Scott. She wants to know where Laci is, what's going on, why has he been lying to her? But all Scott says is Laci disappeared on December 24th, 2002. That was the day that she was reported missing as well. Scott says he had seen her at 9:30 a.m. Laci tells Scott what she's doing that day. He refuses to take a polygraph test with the Modesto police. January 24th, 2003, Amber Frey reveals her relationship with Scott, unaware he was married. She contacts police on December 30th after revealing the connection of Scott and Laci. March 5th, 2003, police have no reason for the switch of Laci's disappearance to be classified as a homicide. They believe that she is a victim of a violent crime. More to come in this case in Part 5 of the Scott Peterson saga. We will be reviewing the last phone audio and the conclusion to Laci's disappearance. Was she found? Will she ever be found? Did she run away? Was Amber Frey just a person who was in the wrong place at the wrong time? Was Scott really truthful to her? All this and more on the next episode of Creepaholics. I'm your host, Chanice, and thanks for tuning in to Part 4 of the Scott Peterson trial. In our next part, we will be revealing more of our phone recordings and what has happened between the investigation, Amber Frey, and Scott Peterson. I also want to thank everyone for listening, and keep creeping it real, Creepaholics Crew. Thanks, guys.